in high school. You don't need no live-in boyfriend. Like, what is this? Hey everyone, my name is Alana with Screen Queen Reviews, and today I'm going to do a quick recap of season 1 and 2 of Cobra Kai. So this is just in time for season 3 that comes out January 1st. So I'm super excited for it, and I just wanted to make sure you guys are just as prepared as I am. So, Cobra Kai. It starts from the Karate Kid franchise, and it's 35 plus years going forward into 2020. And well, technically 2018, I guess, when the season started. And we have Johnny Lawrence. Johnny Lawrence is the one who got his ass beat by Danny LaRusso in that famous tournament with the crane kick. So we're starting with him, where his life is now. He's not really doing too much of anything. He's an alcoholic. He's pretty much that uncle that your mom did not want you hanging around, that taught you all the cool stuff, let you do all the cool stuff. And taught you how to kick ass, but in like the worst ways. So that is Johnny Lawrence. He sees this boy in his neighborhood, Miguel, getting bullied, and he steps in and then decides, I'm going to teach you karate. So that way you can defend yourself, because Miguel was really timid, quiet. He was one of those ones who had the girl that he wanted in the distance, but was too shy and too scared to like approach her, which that will come later. And he becomes the first student of what will be Cobra Kai. Eventually, he gets more students. Miguel brings in some other outcasts and misfits, and officially, Cobra Kai is born. The main goal at this point is that they are training. He's trying to build self-esteem, and they're training for a tournament that occurs at the end of season 1. So, in the midst of them training, we also have Danny LaRusso. And I really enjoyed seeing like some of the original cast members from the movies. So Danny LaRusso, he is living the dream. He has a dealership that is on the up and up. He is living off his fame from that famous crane kick that, you know, knocked out Johnny. So Johnny has to like live with seeing this man's fame too. And he has a beautiful wife, kids, a house, pretty much everything. He's wildly successful. He starts to see that Cobra Kai is kind of coming out of the woodwork. He remembers what Cobra Kai used to be, and he decides that I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that they do not become what they were for me, which was horrible when I was a child. So he tries to get them kicked out of the tournament, but he doesn't have enough pull there. They allow them to be a part of the tournament because it was 35 plus years ago. Like, man, get over it. We understand you're hurt, but this could be, you know, a new opportunity for them to be on the good side of things. In the midst of that, he also hires a new employee into his dealership. This character is Robbie. Now, one thing that we don't know initially is that Robbie is Johnny's son. So Robbie sees that his father, Johnny, has created Cobra Kai and all this, and he's not a part of it. How are you going to be a deadbeat dad, but then mentor other children and empower them? What about me? So he goes to Danny LaRusso, who doesn't know Robbie is Johnny's son, and he starts training him in karate. So he's hanging around the house a lot, hanging around the dealership, pretty much because Danny is becoming totally invested in, I'm going to teach this kid Robbie some karate. Samantha is Danny LaRusso's daughter. Now, this is where she comes into the story. Remember when we said that Miguel was like really quiet, he didn't speak up for himself, and, you know, he just wanted the girl but could never approach her? Well, being a part of Cobra Kai, he got enough courage to ask out the girl of his dreams, which happens to be Samantha, Danny LaRusso's daughter. So they actually officially started dating. They're in this relationship. They went through those fears where she was too scared to tell her dad because he's a member of Cobra Kai, but he's such a great guy. But then Miguel and Cobra Kai, they start really taking in what Johnny Lawrence is teaching them, Sensei Johnny. And he's teaching them the exact way that he was taught by his sensei, starting to turn over to the bad side. And Miguel starts to get jealous of Samantha and her relationship with Robbie because Robbie's hanging around the house all the time, getting trained by Danny LaRusso. And she decides, because she's seeing Miguel being such a bully and not the person that she thought he was, that I'm going to take a step back from you until you realize who you are and who you want to be, because I don't like this version of you. So we flash forward to the tournament finally, and Robbie, who's being trained by Danny LaRusso, he actually enters into the competition as an individual. And Miguel and his teammates, of course, are Cobra Kai. In Cobra Kai style, they fight their way through the tournament, and we realize they're actually not playing by honest means. Like, they're fighting dirty. So we get to the end. Of course, it's Robbie and Miguel in the final. Miguel actually wins, but again, by fighting dirty. After the tournament, Johnny sees kind of the damage that he's done and what he's done to these kids and realized, this is not what I want Cobra Kai to be. I don't want us to be bullies and negative. I want us to have some honesty and some integrity amongst ourselves, and for this to be like a legitimate dojo. He's trying to turn everything around in season 2, but then lo and behold, his sensei comes into the picture, which we see him in season 1, so we know he's going to be part of season 2. But Sensei Creasy is here, looking exactly the same with a whole bunch of Botox. It's a struggle seeing Johnny trying to do things the right way and then see Creasy go behind his back and teach these boys to strike first, strike hard in the old traditional way, take no prisoners, you fight to the death. And he's literally winning the fight. Some of the kids in Cobra Kai do not like what they're seeing, and Danny LaRusso had actually started his own dojo, Miyagi Dojo. So those kids actually left Cobra Kai and went over to Miyagi Dojo and started working with them. And his daughter actually joined because she already knew some type of karate. Of course, she's being raised by the Karate Kid. She has to know something. So now she's part of her father's dojo. Going back to Cobra Kai, we have a new character. Her name is Tori. She's like a badass, but then she also has like this wild streak in her, and she's very manipulative. We see that in a couple of scenes throughout season 2. And she ends up dating Miguel, and Samantha, who's taking a break from Miguel, her and Robbie end up getting a little bit close where now they are officially dating, which turns into a thing because Robbie is now living with them then. Girl, you in high school. You don't need no living boyfriend. Like, what is this? This is not the rules. So we have Tori and Miguel and Samantha and Robbie. Tori hates Samantha, hates that Miguel still possibly has feelings for her. She wants to do everything in her power to make sure that Samantha cannot get Miguel back. And plus, she just hates her. She probably thinks she's some type of spoiled, entitled brat. So in the finale of season 2, this is actually a major point to kick us off with season 3 when it starts. All the kids go to the same school, right? Tori, during morning announcements, goes and takes the intercom and pretty much tells Samantha, I'm gonna beat your ass. So they all go outside into the hallway with the lockers and everything. And of course, it's just a classic school fight. Everybody's about to fight except everybody knows karate. So Tori and Samantha start fighting. Samantha at first is kind of like dodging, you know, she's not really trying to fight you because her dad always told her, be prepared for the fight, but don't start it. But when it comes to you, be ready. Tori's not playing. She's coming to kill. And Robbie gets to the fight first. He's trying to separate them to say, hey, we could talk this out. Because Robbie's trying to be the good person. In the beginning, he was similar to his dad, making bad decisions, hanging with the wrong crowd. But now, since he's been with Danny, he's trying to make good decisions. So he's literally trying his best to break these girls up. And you know you don't break up a girl fight. He was really trying. Miguel runs up. He sees Robbie trying to do the right thing. But of course, he thinks he's trying to fight Tori too. And he starts fighting him. So we got a girl fight going on. Then we got the guys fighting again because remember they already fought in the tournament. Tori, I told you, she's a badass. I don't know what this girl is capable of, but she pulls out some brass knuckles with points on them. So she means business. And she's literally trying to kill Samantha. Samantha's dodging them, everything. And right when she's about to get her, because she got her down on the ground, it's like that final hit that's going to knock you out. She blocks it and she kicks Tori over the ledge. So she falls down. It's not too intense, but you could tell she knocked her out. So Samantha has won this fight. Miguel and Robbie are still fighting. So Miguel, he's been really torn in the type of man that he's going to be because of Creasy and because of Johnny, Sensei Johnny. So Johnny's trying to teach him restraint. So Miguel actually gets the upper hand with Robbie, and he decides to use restraint. Yay! That's what we want. We want you to use restraint and be the good guy that we know you can be, that you were before. He lifts him up and is like, the fight's over. Like, clearly I won. Everyone can see that I won, but I'm not going to knock you out to prove it. Robbie goes behind Miguel and he does this double kick and hits him over the ledge on the second story, and he falls all the way down. Y'all, it was in slow motion. All I saw was the rail underneath him, and I knew it was gonna be like Drake and Degrassi all over again. It just wasn't a bullet, it was this rail. He fell dead on the rail. You could hear the crack. I know his back is broken. And then he passes out on the stairs. This man not gonna walk again, y'all. He's not. Samantha sees it, everyone in school sees it, and Samantha looks dead at Robbie and says, "What did you do?" So now Robbie is clearly the bad guy, because when Miguel shows restraint, you decide not to, and you're supposed to be making good decisions too. Sir, look what you done did now. You done messed up. At the end, everyone's in the hospital. Samantha actually has some broken ribs, and Miguel, we don't know what's gonna happen with him, but I'm telling you, Degrassi style, he's about to be in a wheelchair. Okay, in season 3. I hope he can get up again, but he's definitely starting out in a wheelchair. Then we go to Johnny, and he's going back into his dojo to kind of reprimand the kids because all y'all been fighting in school. Miguel's in the hospital, like, what do you guys have to show for yourselves? And in the dojo is Sensei Creasy. He is pretty much telling Johnny that I'm taking over Cobra Kai, that's rightfully mine. I'm taking it back. There's nothing you can say or do about it. And I don't think this is legal, but he actually tells him that your landlord didn't really like you anyway, so he gave me the lease. Can people do that? I don't think it could be done, but it happened here. I know it's part of the drama, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in season 3 with Johnny trying to get his dojo back, because Creasy is clearly raising these children up to be the spawn of Satan. So I just really hope Johnny is able to get his dojo back and turn things around and be more positive, and see what happens with Miyagi Dojo from here as well with Danny LaRusso, now that, his daughter has been hurt as well, and Robbie and his consequences. All right, so that is the official recap for Cobra Kai season 1 and 2 to prepare us for season 3. I hope you guys got everything that you needed to start the New Year's off right with some Cobra Kai. And definitely make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. I have Twitter, and also comment and like below. Subscribe. Thanks for listening. Screen Queen Reviews out.